is it coming from? Then I was told it's coming from Kasese. Now that makes me add the other perspective. Now when you hear these things are in two areas prone most of the cases where we've identified this. One, areas that have experienced a lot of violence over the years. That's where we are finding these young people coming out and then calling themselves all kinds of names and working in bands and groups to do whatever mayhem they can do. So you'll find it in such places. So you have it now, I'm hearing in Kasese, you have it in Lango, you have it in Acholi, you have it in West Nile. Now, begin to think about it. What does it say? That means we have underlying issues that have been neglected for a long time, that have not been addressed, that continue to push these young men and women into desperation. So now, if we want to look for answers, then we should look at the bigger picture. How do we address those underlying issues? What are those causes? I don't know what's happening elsewhere, but I'm beginning to think about what's happening within Lango as a region. And one of the things I are pretty sure, is that our families are not able to build wealth over the years that can take care of the many parts of society and the social needs that are in society. And quickly, others fall off, and these ones who have fallen off now are lured to bring others who are not part of this problem into that aspect of desperation and vulnerability, and say, okay, we are street kids, we are walking in the streets. But unfortunately, they are no longer only coming from poor homes, but they're also affecting families that are also okay. So for us, I think we need to address in our vision about dealing with making, I think that was briquettes, though the name did not come out clearly. But I want to urge you to look beyond briquettes, because if you are going to make briquettes, what are these people going to eat? Okay? What are we going to use the briquettes to cook? Those are the things that we need to start thinking about. And how shall it be sustainably planned in such a way that even when the world is changing below, as we are seeing, as we are talking. Just like Reverend said, I was in Karuma and the minister was trying to explain, the Minister of State for Works, the constant threat to Pakwach Bridge, the flooding that takes place. So the minister said recently, a land mass that used to be settled in the middle of the lake was pushed by water. But this one is the size of 2 villages. So this thing moved away from where it used to be, and now it has lodged itself on the bridge at Pakwach. And he said, we only need another one, just a small piece, to come and hit this one, and then that bridge will go. Now, what is causing this? The amount of water that is coming around the world, and for us, we're also part of it, because of climate change, constantly is increasing. It's increasing at a rate that with an ordinary eye you cannot measure. But you see with the patterns, the weather patterns now are just two, like in our case. One, there will be very hot and suddenly very wet. So more water unnecessarily, like what we don't need. Now if that is happening, then we should start visualizing. We should start forecasting. What shall we do to remain still in this place, maybe in Amolata? I don't know what's happening in Pade and the other places, but I keep hearing Amolata, Doholo, Kwania, parts of Kohoro. How are we going to still remain in that place with the knowledge that the water level is increasing? How are we going to survive knowing that the roads can be flooded? Again, recently I was from Doholo. When I was in that swamp, Olweng, suddenly I turned on the window and I was seeing as if the water now is higher. Far off, but I'm seeing is now higher than what I used to see. And I'm like, does it mean in about 2 years, if this rain continues like this, even this highway is going to be cut off? So as young people, that is something that we need to think about. Because it's going to change more and more. We are being told if nothing is done, the weather is going to be unfriendly more and more. And for us in Lao, it's even worse that because of the way we plant and then live, when the weather misses once, I remember there was a year that we had a bad weather, and then the price of maize rose from about, the previous year it was about 400 shillings a kilo, and we sold maize at about 1,700 shillings. Yeah. Just within a period of 1 year. Now, two things happened. Those ones who had money, who had hoarded maize, made a lot of profit. But the guy who, the family that planted the maize and sold it at 400 shillings could not eat portion when the weather had failed. So these are things that now, maybe we are saying, let's not rely only on maize. Let us start planting. I don't know. We're not being given alternatives, but unfortunately, that's when things come. They bring us too many. Yeah, so they're telling us cocoa, they're telling us coffee, they're telling us cashew nut, they're telling us avocado, they're telling us there's another one that the Chief Justice likes promoting. It's called what? No, there's a different one that he likes promoting. So, but now, that is something that somebody should help you young people see, because what they're telling us, like the one for cocoa, the one who's promoting cocoa can give you, and you want to plant cocoa today in all your gardens. Like he told us, 4 gardens. If you plant 4 gardens, you can be sure after 5 to 6 years that there will be a garden to make your life just happy. With your wife, if you're a couple, then there will be a garden that can help you pay fees for your children. Then there will be a garden, each of them 1 acre, 1 acre. There will be a garden that can help you develop. And then there will be a garden to make you feel you are a man in the society. If you want to spend and say there's somebody's wedding, you also pick and spend, and that kind of thing. But why am I saying this? I want to pick you from where your vision is to push it what? Further. Pick it and take it a little bit further, so that you don't live a life of regret like some of us. For me, I was given about 300 seedlings of, there's a tree called, this one here at Karuma, the one that Ojoko Kulu planted, teak. Oh yeah. Teak. Yes, I was given 300 seedlings of teak. And then I just told one of my brothers, no, it wasn't teak, it was malina. Then I told one of my brothers, just go take this and plant at the edge of our land, just to show demarcation. And the young man also went and did it. We lost about 280, and then 20 survived. And 15 years later, we went to see and we saw a beautiful tree that can make good wood. And I was like, how I wish I'd protected all the 200 and what? Huh? How I wish I'd protected all the 200 and what? And 8. But it was now 15 years later. Time had already what? Gone. So at this age, you can still plant what we call muvule. That takes about 30 years to mature. You can still plant teak. You can still plant any other thing that in future you'll be able to use. So that is the kind of thinking you should be developing as you move as a young person. Because being a man, like you're saying, and I want to add with what you say, work, being a man without work that cannot earn, will not make you a man. Okay? You need to work hard, like you said, but work hard and earn. There are people who are working very hard, but they are not earning. They are not earning. So we need to also balance that. So for me, I want to thank everyone who gave you the chance, those who sponsored your training here, and those who helped you to be here for these 2 weeks, and also for the feedback I'm hearing that is good. So I want to thank them. I want to thank you for being there to do the right thing. And every body of knowledge that you gain will not make you remain the same. You'll continue to be somebody different every day, every day, every day. And truly, we need those unique leaders. We need those unique men coming up to shape and lead this country. Otherwise, even when Reverend Johnson is saying we don't need to write another book of lamentation, it's already written. The chapters they are not there, but it is just all over us. It's just all over us. But we can change little by little and make sure that we have a better society in future. And it's encouraging. Sometimes, who was saying you want to mirror your life like mine as a politician? You need a lot of grace. It's one of the toughest jobs. It's one of the really, really toughest jobs. And me, I used to think that is only for us in Uganda, but I've realized being a leader is just the same thing. You either get it right and then you enjoy the seat, or circumstances make you get it wrong and then you suffer the repercussions. But the only encouraging thing is that, like for me, these leaders are really prayed for Lira City. They said they're dedicating Lira City in the hands of God. And when Lira City was inaugurated, none of them even knew I was going to stand as a mayor. But they dedicated it to God. So for me, I also came. I said, God, I want to take your testimony on that mountain of governance. And he has given me the grace. Amidst very, very difficult situations, but I think just one more step and I'll leave a permanent mark on this Lira City. I still feel I need one more thing to do. Then I am good to go. And I'll say like the past leaders in the Bible used to say that now I can go. I can now go and do other things. But for me, I'm not yet resting at this stage, but I'll be thinking of going now to another level, if the people accept. If they don't, that would be okay, because you just don't force yourself upon a population. They have to give you a mandate, and that is what we are struggling to do. So thank you for trusting me. Thank you for calling me to be amongst you, and congratulations once again. Congratulations. Thank you for being strong, and I hope you remain focused. God bless you all.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. I think